Hello, welcome to my kitchen. Do you have a busy night ahead of you? Hot dog and cheese roll. Perfect answer. It is delicious. It's my youngest daughter's favorite. I'll show you how easy it is to put together too. Only needs, this is an Italian bread and it needs 12 cups of flour, and for this recipe you are going to get 6 really cute little dinner loaves. And it takes 2 tablespoons of yeast, 4 teaspoons of salt, and a 1/4 cup of oil. There's no sugar in this bread, so that's why we're adding a little more yeast. And then make sure your water's nice and warm. 4½ cups of water. I'm going to just stir this all together, and you're going to get a very lovely dough, and it will rise pretty quickly within maybe like a half an hour or an hour depending on the day. So we'll get this going, and you're going to want it to knead for 5 minutes, and if you're doing it by hand, give it a good 10 minutes. So we'll turn that on and we'll get it all nice and mixed up. And you're going to want your dough, when it's done, to look like this. You can see this is already risen. This is about half of that recipe, but see the nice texture of this cake. We are going to pretend like this is kneaded, and then we would put for 5 to 10 minutes, and we would put a damp cloth over it, and we'd let it sit for half an hour to an hour till it's doubled, and then it would be all beautiful like this. And then we're going to put a little shortening on our counter, and you can put flour out too. I just like doing shortening because it's a little not so messy. And we're going to take this out, and I'm going to just divide this into 3. This is just half of the recipe, and I'm going to show you how quick it is to make this meal. So I'm going to turn it in the shortening so that it's greased on both sides. Just going to roll it out so it's a little bit of a circle. And sometimes with bread, after you punch it down, it gets kind of tight and you need to let it rest. So if you find that it's hard to roll out, just let it rest on the counter for about 10 minutes. And then you can, because like right now it is a little bit hard to roll it out. So you got it all nice and rolled out. We're going to sprinkle it liberally with cheese, and this is just a Mexican 4-cheese blend. You could use any cheese that you like. And then it's about like 1 hot dog per loaf. And just slice it up, and then I'm going to show you how to braid it. It's really nice. You could roll it up if you would rather, but I like doing the braid because it just looks so pretty. You're going to tuck this end a little bit in, and then you're going to just start putting this over on top of each other. And it's okay to have a little bit of the cheese and hot dog come out because that tells you what it is. Sometimes when I make a lot of different kinds of breads, I have to mark them really clearly because I can't tell what it is, what's in there anymore. And my family has their favorites. So I'm going to shape it up so it looks all kind of cute. And then I'm going to line them up on our, you can either grease it or use a silicone pad. And get it right there, and we're going to take a little bit of milk and brush it on, and then we're going to let it rise again for about a half an hour, or you could let it go an hour until it's nice and doubled. And then you bake it for at 350 degrees for about 35 minutes until it's nice and brown. And then you can brush it all again with butter afterwards. But look how pretty this loaf is. It's gorgeous. Now let's try it, okay? Hot dogs and cheese. Yum. Let's see. Perfect dinner. In the car, on the go. Busy evening. Thank you for joining me.